Oh, hey! I think this one's working.
Yeah, we're live?
Oh my gosh, we're finally live.
Woo!
Hey, everyone! Welcome to VYTALCast.
Finally!
I'm... Okay. So, if you're wondering why things look a little clunky right now, people, it's because I had to totally make this in like 30 seconds in a different OBS. So, thanks, OBS, for that.
Is it a new stream now? Yeah.
Yeah, it might
No,
be
yeah.
a stream.
But it's live.
Okay, that's good. Just gotta slowly make our windows match the actual background. Yeah, hey,
now we can
Reese's
treat
Life and Loon the trickster, and I apologize so much for the technical difficulties. It's apparently Streamlabs version of OBS did not want to work at all. So,
it happens.
Yeah.
Now we can treat it.
Oh yeah, now we could tweet it. I could do that now. I could see. I can fight. I don't know if you have the Fairly Odd Parents where you're at, but that...
Oh, we have that, yeah.
Okay, I'm like, okay, that was a quote from that I don't know if you would have been able to catch, and could have sounded completely weird if you didn't. So...
Probably not, because I grew up watching it in German.
Yeah, that might do it. It's like the scene where they're helping like King Arthur and they give him glasses and he suddenly like gets buff and he's like, I can see, I can fight.
Oh, I actually know which scene you mean.
Yeah. Oh man, I gotta love old Nickelodeon. But anyway, there was a question from Twitter that you did technically answer, but it wasn't live, so I'm gonna have to ask it again.
Okay.
Someone on Twitter wanted to know what you thought about the rest of Volume 6, because they said you seemed pretty underwhelmed with the first chapter. And
like what I thought of the first chapter or the rest?
They're asking about the rest of the volume.
I mean, I think it's safe to say at this point it's probably my favorite volume.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think
I have yet to do a recap stream of the volume. Still, that I think about it, I actually have been meaning to do that. I should. Yeah, I think I have mentioned at the end of my finale reaction that this might actually turn out to be my favorite volume. And now after rewatching so many other people's, what am I saying today? It was 1 a.m. After watching so many other people's reactions to it and rewatching certain scenes, it just grew on me more and more.
Yeah, I have to say that for sure on like the last couple of chapters of the volume, because initially I didn't like those as much, but
the finale itself was a bit anticlimactic.
Yeah, I agree with that, but I think they sort of achieved what they wanted, which was to like show like a big character moment for Ruby testing out her silver eyes. But as an invasion,
like that was definitely one of my favorite moments. And seeing Summer and everything.
Yeah.
I definitely didn't think it was underwhelming, but it just didn't... Because episode 10, 11, and 12 are just so absolutely over the top with hype. It just felt a little bit less hype, even though it was still a really good episode to me.
Yeah, honestly, I kind of felt like we could have ended with chapter 12. Wait, is this 12 or 13 episode chapters?
13.
13, yeah. We could have ended on chapter 12 then.
Yeah.
And been good, I think. Like, if it was just, like, don't do the Grim Invasion, just have them fly off. I think that...
No, actually, they could have ended it with the Grim Invasion happening. And that was one of my theories going into Volume 6, because... there was no big fight happening anytime soon, and so I kept thinking, are they ending this on a cliffhanger? They could have ended it on a really huge cliffhanger.
They could have.
Yeah.
Although, maybe that's what the after credits scene was with Salem, with the Grim Pool. I think that will count as a cliffhanger.
A little bit.
Yeah. So, I think it's not a secret that you're a big Bumbleby fan.
Where'd you get that idea? Yeah. No, it's my favorite ship, and yeah, there are probably like 3 clickbaity thumbnails alone I made about Bumbleby that have me crying in the thumbnail over Bumbleby.
Yeah, that was like, that's not a secret in the chat. Like, she talks about that 24/7. Yeah,
I do.
Yeah.
And make shit posts about it on Twitter.
Yeah, I noticed the BHA profile pic you got on Discord going on. What is BHA? Like, I only know a little bit about it.
Oh boy, we're doing that. Well, okay. Okay, no, I think I remember how it started. We're really doing this. It started actually because we are heading to Atlas in the next volume, and then people started theorizing because VYTAL is definitely gonna be next after Atlas.
Yeah.
And suddenly people started thinking, what if Atlas is, what if VYTAL is kind of the Texas of Remnant,
Okay.
and everybody there is dressed like a cowboy, and so people started putting Yang in cowboy clothes, and Blake ended up being a pirate or something, and basically that's how BHA was born. Hammer Time made a great video about that. She made a great video summing the whole meme up, basically.
Wait, who made the video?
Hammer Time.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'll have to check that out, because I think I might have missed that.
She made a video basically summing up all the memes, but then it got a little bit out of control because suddenly to BHA, somebody had the glorious idea to add yours.
Yours. Oh.
Which is Yang as a horse or Yang as a centaur.
Yeah, I remember. I think Aaron Zek saw that on Twitter.
Aaron knows about it. She did
Tumblr.
a live stream and people kept talking about BHA and yours. She was like, what the hell is yours? And everyone was like, no, don't look it up. But she did it anyway. And Bob knows about it too.
Oh, yeah, because she's dating Bob Morley from the 100. Yeah.
No, Bob, not Bob.
Barb. Oh,
Barbara.
Sorry. I was like, oh, I guess Bob Morley would know about it, even though he's not in RWBY. I'm like, they are dating, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, Barbara, bless her. She's just. Her and Aaron just.
I mean, knowing Barbara, she probably loves it.
Yeah.
That's right up her alley.
I just can't wait till, like, Off Topic gets a BHA question or yours.
Oh, dear God.
Someone's like, should I be concerned about how into this I am? Or, like, that I helped create the meme? Nah.
Somebody in the chat said, it's Vacuum Man instead of Florida Man. Like, you know all the Florida Man memes?
Yeah, I was talking to a coworker about that yesterday because we got a new coworker and we're like, where are you from? Florida. And everyone immediately was like, do you know about Florida Man? Yeah. So what did you think about the big Bumbleby fight at the end? Did you like it, or think anything could have been done better? Or
I mean, I was yelling a lot doing all of it, so the fighting choreography was amazing. I really loved how you could really see how they incorporated Yang's training she did with Tai into the fight.
Oh, yeah.
She was using her feet a lot more. She was dodging a lot more rather than just charging in head first.
Yeah.
And they literally made the whole point, I may not be stronger than you, but I'm smarter. She started thinking a lot more rather than just relying on her emotions and her anger, which used to be her strength, but at the same time also made her so much more vulnerable.
Yeah.
And it's ironic because that used to be her weakness, and it became Adam's weakness in the end, because he was the one relying on his emotions and not thinking straight, and that's what cost him his win.
You know, that's actually a really good analysis, because someone used to tell me that Yang was like the foil to Adam, especially post Volume 3, and you know, with the new designs with everyone just having butt capes and mirroring like Adam's old style, you know?
Yeah.
Like they're like, oh yeah, Blake's new outfit being a white tailcoat to like mirror Adam's black tailcoat, and then like Yang with her butt flaps is to kind of like resemble being connected to that as well and having beef with Adam. I think that's a really good analysis. I didn't think too much on like, oh yeah, Adam was acting like old Yang and that's why he lost. That is, you're like mini blowing my mind right now.
I've been meaning to make a video about a lot of stuff I've had on my mind ever since Volume 6. I really need to get going on that.
Yeah, you should. Like, I'm so... Oh man, I'm feeling like Deku when he learns he could use his legs. You know? He's like, what? Have you seen My Hero Academia?
I'm not caught up yet.
Okay.
I have seen season 1 and 2, and I started season 3. I've reacted to up to episode 10 or 11, I think, and I have to continue it. I've not uploaded any of those yet. So those in the chat, yes, you can look forward to that.
Yeah, that was me with Genlock. Like, I watched the entire season, recorded my reactions, but haven't edited and uploaded all of them. So
I need to get on that too. I've seen the character introductions and the first episode.
Yeah, the first
but
episode...
not further than yet. I have it blacklisted on Twitter and everything, so I don't get spoiled about anything.
That's a smart move. And, like, for me, I think episode 2 is what really sold me on Genlock. Like, episode 1 was good, but I think episode 2 was like, okay, I'm invested in what I'm watching now. If that makes sense.
I think I've been told that I was going to like episode 2, especially, that's the one that's really drawing people in.
Yeah. And then episode 3 was like really good on like some good character bonding moments, but I'm not gonna we'll avoid Genlock to avoid any spoilers. But I
mean, we can talk about the first episode.
Okay.
And what I think about it in general.
Yeah, what did you think about the first episode?
Like, I'm not a huge stranger to sci-fi. I really like it, but there's also a lot of sci-fi stuff that I haven't seen, so lots of people have told me that they're gonna enjoy me watching this because I don't really know all the tropes yet.
Oh, okay.
Like, I haven't seen Star Wars, I haven't seen Star Trek.
What?
Yeah, I know, I need to get on that. I mean, okay, like, Star Trek is longer, but yeah.
You haven't seen Star Wars? What? Okay, sorry. This
not a single one.
Okay.
I mean, I know most of the stuff that happens.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, it's a big
it's been out in the open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You at least can name Darth Vader, right? Like, if you saw Darth Vader. Okay. Because I went to see a Star Wars premiere once, and there was this couple next to me, and when Darth Vader walked on screen, the girl was like, "Who's that?"
No.
And the whole theater turned and was like, "We could understand you'd never seen Star Wars, but you don't know who Darth Vader is?" We're just like, you know.
It's like Darth Vader, Yoda, those are the two everybody knows, I think.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're just such iconic and unique looking characters that they've been thrown everywhere. It's like, how could you not name that? Hannah Ray in the chat is like, all caps, you haven't seen Star Wars?
I'm sorry, I will. I might even make a video about that. I could do a watch along or something.
Yeah, dude, that's actually something I've been thinking about doing if I made a Patreon. Is do like watch parties, like, hey, this wouldn't be like a video or anything, but we'll have like a movie night or something, and like just do that.
I want to do that with She-Ra. I don't know if you've seen the new Netflix She-Ra.
I actually haven't seen it yet, and I'm debating whether I finish Voltron before I start onto that, but
I dropped Voltron.
You what?
I dropped it.
Same.
After season 6.
Oh, you know what? I've dropped it, season 3, and then I watched...
Oh, that's early.
Yeah, and then I watched, well, So what happened was the friend that introduced me into Voltron stopped talking to me, and it was like trying to watch it just reminded me too much of that person. So I was like, I'm not gonna do that. But then other people came and they're like, you should watch Voltron. So then I started watching it, and I was like, man, season 3's been going on for a while. What episode am I on? And I look, and it says season 5, episode 1. I'm like, wait, what? So, yeah, I finished when they killed a certain someone. I'm like, I'm just gonna headcanon a happy ending after this, because I heard beyond this doesn't get much better. So
it goes kind of downhill.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been thinking, because I really want to do reactions for She-Ra season 2.
I've heard really good things about She-Ra.
It's gloriously gay.
Yeah, that's what I heard, and all my friends are like cosplaying it too. So they absolutely love Cachadora is the name of the ship.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. They love that ship so much, and a lot of people
it's
are
another blonde and cat girl.
Yeah, another blonde and cat girl. Sounds like I'll like it a lot. And
I've been thinking of doing a watch along for season 1, basically. Like, I wouldn't be able to include any footage because it's Netflix.
Yeah.
And so I just put a timer or something, and people could watch it along with me in a live stream.
Yeah, that
because like sense. I can't do reactions because I've already seen it, but just to get caught up together with people, and so they know all my thoughts on it and everything before season 2 drops.
That's kind of something that I had to tell people when, like, so when I started reacting to RWBY, I did it like during the last quarter of volume 3, while those episodes were coming out. And a lot of people requested that I did volumes 1 and 2, and then what I hadn't done of volume 3. And I had to tell them, like, well, that wouldn't be a true reaction video because I've seen that. Like, I already know what's happening. And for, like, volumes 1 and 2, at the time, I had seen them time and time again, and I was at the point where I could almost quote line for line. So I was like, no, that wouldn't be a good reaction video at all.
I started RWBY, reacting to RWBY with volume 4. So I jumped straight into it because I had seen everything before that. And funnily enough, that's Tuesday also my reaction with the highest views. Yeah. Like, it has like 40k views or something.
40k on a single video?
Yeah. My volume 4 chapter 1 reaction has a lot of views. Damn. Because I think the thumbnail did me a favor because it's me crying over Pyrrha. And that particular scene caught a lot of people off guard, and like the very first RWBY video I posted is me sobbing on camera, so that sold a lot of people.
I think that was video number 3 for me, because I started on chapter 9 or 10 for the reactions. I started with the chapter that was right after Penny died, and I was like, yeah, I know, right? The best place to start doing reactions. So, in the chat, AC Gears and Arms was asking, speaking of Voltron, what do you guys prefer, Western animation or new anime?
It depends, really. Like, it depends largely on the genre for me.
Okay.
And I can't really say I prefer one or the other, because there are a lot of Western... there's a lot of Western animation I really enjoy, like Star vs. the Forces of Evil is an amazing show, Steven Universe, even though I'm not caught up on that one, I really need to catch up on that. And like I said, She-Ra, what else is there? The Dragon Prince is another one I've been meaning to check out, I have not seen that yet. Yeah. Like, obviously, Avatar, Legend of Korra.
Yeah, like Avatar, I've been using this to hold my laptop up all week, but... Which I feel bad, it's like, no, we shouldn't disrespect Zuko finding his mother that way, but...
I have yet to read the Avatar comics. I'm reading the Korra comics, but I have not read the Avatar comics yet.
Honestly, this is the only one I've read, so you're doing better than me right now.
There are a lot of them, and they're still publishing them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's still people... there are still comics for Avatar coming out, not just Korra.
Wow. I might have to jump into that at some point.
Speaking of... Are you excited for the live action?
Of what?
Of Avatar.
Is there going to be another live action?
You didn't hear?
What?
They teased that a few months ago. They're doing a live action series on Netflix.
Wait, Wait, this does sound oddly familiar. I think I did hear about this, but because of, the M. Night Shyamalan movie that came out forever ago,
that
I
doesn't
blocked
exist.
it out of my mind. Yeah.
There is no movie in Ba Sing Se.
Yeah, there's no movie, there's no live action here. I'll use a ear pod to do it.
Yeah.
There is no movie. But,
But yeah.
What?
And the creators have already said they're going to be a lot more involved in this, and like the original creators.
Good. That's good.
So I'm actually pretty excited for that.
Yeah, I think whenever there's like an adaptation from one like form of media to another, the original creator has to be involved in some way to tell them like, hey, this is what worked, this is what didn't, just in case, because
unless you're J.K. Rowling, at some point you should just let it rest.
Yeah. Let's not jump into that.
Yeah.
I'm just like, man, my childhood's just dying right now. Yeah.
But I also think it definitely helps that it's going to be a TV show rather than a movie, because you really can't just cram an entire season into a movie. It doesn't work. I really
agree. You can't cram all of book 1 into a movie, or book 2 or book 3. I mean, the finale for book 3 was practically a movie in itself because it was a two-parter. The ending for Avatar: The Last Airbender was amazing to me. I think that and Full Metal Alchemist were like the two perfect.
My favorite anime. I tweeted about that like yesterday.
Yeah, it's been going around. I've been seeing Crunchyroll tweet about it quite a lot today, so I wonder if it's being brought back on or something.
Maybe.
Yeah. Ace of Gears and Arms, to follow up on the Western versus anime, he's saying, if it's anything like the Netflix Castlevania, then I'm hoping the Avatar series will be good. Which I was actually...
I have not seen that one either.
Castlevania is amazing. And I was gonna say, like, for me, as far as, like, animated shows go, like, for Western animation, I usually like just comedy shows like The Simpsons or Rick and Morty. But...
I'm not really into those at all.
Yeah, it's really understandable. Like, even lately, I've been, like, not liking Rick and Morty, but the Castlevania, like, really, really broke it, because it felt like a good mix between anime and, like, Western. And when I found out it was made in America, like, animated, written, everything, I was like, what?
I might have to check that out.
Yeah, because Avatar, like, as much as it was written and, like, voice acted here in America, it was a studio in South Korea that animated it. So to hear that even the animation was done in America, I was like, that's crazy. The thing I would kind of warn you about with Castlevania is just give you a gore warning, because it leaves nothing to the imagination on gore.
I'm pretty desensitized towards that.
Okay. That's good, because I was like, there's a part where Trevor Belmont whips a guy's eye out, and, like, the eye just splats on the wall. Like, it's graphic there.
I've seen every Final Destination movie, so...
That's something that I cannot do. Like, I could watch, like, animated gore,
I wouldn't do it again because they kind of make me paranoid. Like, you watch these scenes and you're like, oh, shit, that doesn't even look that unrealistic. And then you find out that they're actually based on things that happened to some people. So, I should not have told you that.
I'm like, oh, man. Yeah,
I mean, okay, with most things, I really do tell myself, yeah, it's not realistic. But, like, for example, the truck with all the tree trunks on it. In the second movie. You know what I mean? Basically, that causes this huge traffic jam and lots of deaths on the highway. Yeah, that.
Yeah, no.
If I see one of those on the highway, I immediately overtake
Change
that.
lanes. I did too. And I knew it was, like, in relevance to Final Destination, even though I've never seen that movie. I was just like, someone told me.
Those things are terrifying.
Yeah, I just, like, move on to the next lane. Yeah, gosh, okay. I'm gonna be careful driving now. I mean, I'm always careful driving, but thinking about that in a car crash that happened not too far away from where I live just yesterday, I'm like, gonna stay off the road a little bit. In the chat, John Ronald is asking, Tally, do you have any opinion about German dubs of anime on Netflix? Are they any good?
Mm, the thing is, I haven't seen German dubs in a while because I grew up watching them, and a lot of them were pretty terrible.
I
Like for the shows that were definitely more geared towards children, it didn't really matter that much. Like for example, I grew up watching Digimon and Inuyasha. For those, it didn't really make that much of a difference. But if we're talking Naruto,
I was gonna say Naruto because I saw a tweet that had
the
the German
German
intro.
the German intro is nothing compared to the German dub. Like the German intro actually is kind of iconic, but the German dub is tragic, really. For one, they mispronounce all the names terribly. Like I keep hearing the English dub of Naruto is terrible, but they actually pulled the names and everything pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
And in the German dub, they just over Germanize all the names.
Oh man.
Basically, it's pretty bad. And also, they for a really long while, Germany was stuck in this mindset that because this is a cartoon, it has to be geared towards kids. But then they see, oh wait, this is actually pretty violent, so let's just censor it all so we can still gear it towards children.
That happened here in America too. It happened like
But not as
early
bad.
2000s. Yeah, not as
They-
bad. I'll agree with that because we did
They
it to, like,
censored
Yu-Gi-Oh!
every single drop of blood in Naruto, and they did it in Shippuden too, even though there are legit scenes of people getting decapitated and everything.
Yeah, Disney
And-
XD did that to Shippuden when they bought the rights to it.
Mm.
I remember
It's not a kid's show.
Yeah, my friend was like,
at some point you just have to accept that.
yeah, my friend was like, dude, Disney XD got Naruto Shippuden. I'm like, wait, it's not on Cartoon Network anymore? And we watched it, and I'm like,
It shouldn't even be on Cartoon Network. Even that
cut it
isn't
off so
appropriate.
much. Well, it would play late at night Cartoon Network, so it was like Toonami.
Adult Swim.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, for example, even the dialogues, in the German dub, they are not allowed to say the word killing. They just say defeating instead. So when Itachi tells Sasuke, you have to kill your best friend, he tells him you have to defeat. Or betray. It says you have to betray your best friend.
But
Which,
he already
it makes
betrays
no
Naruto.
sense.
Yeah,
I know.
Like, he already betrayed Naruto, but he didn't get the power? What?
Mm-hmm. It doesn't even make sense in the context. It's a mess.
Oh, man.
But I think they show it on a different channel now. They definitely don't gear anime towards children anymore, unless it's actually for a younger audience.
Mm-hmm.
For example, Tokyo Ghoul, I know they've been showing that on a different channel. It's they show it at a later time. For one, it's uncensored and still dubbed, and you can still argue about whether the dub is good or bad, but at least they don't censor it anymore.
Yeah, because I know with like Naruto, for example, it did show like earlier in the day in Cartoon Network, but they censored out the swear words. They just switched it out with different word choices. But when my mom bought me the DVD for Christmas, it had all the swearing
uncensored on there.
Yeah. And we didn't notice that that's what uncut meant, was they would swear. And so that makes sense. I was going to ask, like, even if they were censoring it, if you could still find, like, the uncut version somehow.
To an extent, I think, but I'm not too sure because I never bought anime DVDs. I switched to a sub pretty early. Also because you'd have to wait forever for the dub to come out, and yeah.
That I remember. That's when I started getting into Naruto Shippuden. I had to go onto YouTube to watch it subbed, and it was like a good 4 years before it actually came to America. By the time I was already watching it, and at that point, like, I was almost done with the manga and the anime. I was like, man, you guys are behind. Like,
after a while, I also stopped watching the anime and only read the manga because the fillers were too much for me.
Yeah,
and the pacing is just so slow. I'm really glad that today's anime pacing has gotten a lot faster.
Yeah, and they seem to, like...
For example, My Hero Academia, I really appreciate that the fights aren't dragged out anymore.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I was gonna say, My Hero Academia's been doing a good job of not doing filler. Season 3 brings in its first true filler episode.
Season
Or
2 had one too, I think.
yeah, I
With
know
the
like the
internships
premiere.
and everything, but that one was enjoyable.
Yeah, they. I think it was like season 2 and 3 had like their like throwback episode, which was like the
Hmm.
premiere, where they're like, "Hey, here's kind of like what happened in the other 2 seasons, so you're caught up," mixed with some other stuff.
Hmm.
But in season 3, they like bring up like a, "Hey, here's totally from scratch, all original filler,"
Mm.
and it was pretty interesting, and it kind of became a meme too because of a certain scene. But I'm not gonna.
I don't know if I've seen that yet or not.
Yeah, it's later in the season, so I don't think you've seen it.
Okay.
But there's a funny meme that comes out of it. Yeah. AC Gears and Arms in the chat is asking, what about anime based on video games? How do you feel about those?
I think I've only seen one of those.
Yeah, I think Pokemon is the only one I could think of.
Oh, okay. I did not even think of Pokemon. I mean, I haven't watched that in a while. I really haven't. I grew up watching it with like the first 3 or 4 seasons, as in from Kanto to
Johto.
Sinnoh.
Oh,
I
Sinnoh?
didn't.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't watch until after those, I think. Um, but yeah, the other one that came into my mind is Tales of Zestiria. They turned that into
Oh,
an anime.
okay. Yeah, I haven't seen that anime or played that game.
I played it partially, but I still haven't finished it because it's pretty long.
Yeah,
But
RPGs.
I've seen Let's Plays before I've played it. It's a really good game.
Yeah. Um,
And for the anime, it's a lot shorter. They actually gave it 2 seasons, and um, the budget was crazy.
oh
Like
really?
visually, it's stunning. It's absolutely stunning
Okay.
visually.
That's good because I was gonna say like, because of Brandon Dodge in the chat mentioning Persona 3, I've seen the Persona 5 anime, and that budget was like as low as they could possibly go, and it got really bad at some point. Like there's one episode where you could definitely tell the budget just got cut even more,
Mm.
and the animation was super messy and plain, and I just couldn't finish it. I was like, you're not doing the
I've
game
yet to play a
justice at
single
all.
Persona game.
Yeah, I've only played Persona 5, and honestly, it's one of my favorite games now.
Like, I don't know, is it a PlayStation? Are the games PlayStation exclusive?
Um, up until recently, sort of.
Mm.
So
Because I've
Persona,
never had a PlayStation growing up. My brother always had an
yeah,
Xbox, and I only recently got a PS4 and an Xbox One.
okay, it's on PS4 because
Yeah,
that's
I
when
know
I have
that.
it,
I
and
might get it when I get it cheaper somewhere.
yeah, it's been going on sale lately, and
Mm.
they did just leak that it may come out on the Switch sometime this
Mm.
year. So it will
I need to
take me
get a
pretty
Switch
happy.
so desperately.
Dude,
There's so much cool stuff coming out for the Switch. The Link's Awakening remake, the new Pokemon. I'm so excited for the new Pokemon.
I've honestly been loving my Switch a lot, and Smash
Hmm.
Brothers on the go is like amazing.
So I'm so jealous every time I see people playing Breath of the Wild because it looks so gorgeous.
Yeah, just don't fight a boss in the middle of Barnes and Noble on your Switch, because I did that. You'll get a lot of weird looks. Um,
Oh no.
yeah, it's an insane game. Uh, oh, what did you think about Grim Eclipse? Did you play
I
that?
do own that. I do own that. I have not played that in a while.
Yeah,
Um,
it's been a while
because
for me.
only have a laptop, and I really don't enjoy playing stuff on my laptop unless it's just Sims or Stardew Valley. I really
Mhm.
prefer playing with the console a lot more.
Yeah, where is it? Do I have it? Yeah, I just connect my Xbox controller to my PC when I play Grim Eclipse, because
I heard you could do that. Yeah, I might try that.
yeah, so it takes like not a car charger, a phone charger to just plug it in.
Hmm.
And I honestly recommend playing it that way because the controls are so much better on a controller than
Mm.
mouse and keyboard.
I should
And
try that sometime.
yeah, I thought the game. I mean, I played it when it first came out, and at the beginning it was really lacking in content, and that was my biggest
It's
complaint.
very like when you play the story mode, it's over very fast.
yeah, I was like, you could finish it in like 3 hours if you really push through it, and I felt like they could have done more, and I think we, the fans, were kind of to blame for that, because when they announced the game, so many people were pushing for it to come out now or sooner rather than later, and
they should have waited. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't beta for a while.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I think people just didn't think of like how small the studio was, and like it was also when like RWBY was like blowing up as well. So the amount of demand just grew out of control really fast.
I mean, this was the first game they released, I think.
I think
did they release anything before?
Yeah, there were a few smaller games, but they were all like 2D, kind of similar to Stardew Valley, and they were very small games in comparison to Grim Eclipse, where it's like a 3D action game. So it's the first of its kind.
Based on that, I think they did pretty well. And I haven't played Amity Arena yet, but I've been told it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I liked Amity Arena. I haven't played it too much, actually, because I don't really play games on my phone. I usually use that for, like, my Xbox or something, you know, if I'm going to play a game. And, wait, Inspector Who, he's saying, man, I need to beat Grim Eclipse. Have you not beat Grim Eclipse yet? Because it's only, like, 3 hours to beat it, I think. I think I played through the entire game 3 or 4 times on stream, and it's a lot of fun to do with your viewers, to just like joke around and play RWBY. Like with Yang, have you ever like jump dashed and spun in a circle?
I did play as Yang, but I don't know what you mean.
She looks like she's riding a broom when you do it. and like and so whenever I played as Yang, I make sure I jump and then do the dash, but I spin her in a circle because it just looks like she's on a broom, because like her jacket just like flips up and it just looks like the end of a broom, and okay, it's really dumb just with how her color scheme and costume is done. I'm just it's really funny. Yeah, some people in the chat are talking about like how they like to play with friends, or like other RWBY tubers like to play it with fans.
It's definitely fun to play as a group.
Yeah, I definitely think with
Kel
most
likes
games,
to play it a lot. She does.
Yeah,
it does work pretty well with the format she's been doing with her, connecting it with her theory videos.
Oh yeah, for the background footage. Yeah. I've been thinking about doing that if I was to do like RWBY discussion videos.
I suck too much at video games to do that.
Yeah, like, you're gonna have to like pay someone to play it for you.
Yeah, I'm not good enough at multitasking for that.
Yeah, I mean, you could always just record the game footage and then do a voiceover afterwards. So that way you're not really multitasking, but whenever I've done that, I found the problem of I don't have enough footage for how much I talk, or like the editing is harder to do, but it's whatever. Also, you've been thinking about doing RWBY discussion videos too, haven't you? Have you thought of like any topics you're gonna start out with?
I have quite a few written down.
Oh yeah.
One is okay. I've been saying this because the negativity in the fandom has been getting to me. Basically, it is your right to criticize something, and obviously no show is without flaw.
Yeah.
But if that's all you ever do in your channel, if that's basically your whole brand, if every single video you do is just you complaining about other things you hate, it's like, why do you bother with the show at all? Like, why do you spend so much time on something you hate rather than on something you enjoy?
Yeah, I don't know, like, I just wonder...
I couldn't do that.
Yeah, because I just think, like, are they happy off of camera if they're doing that? You know, like, I just kind of worry about, like, their emotional health on that.
Yeah.
It's like, if you're focusing only on what you don't like, I can't imagine you being
only happy. Focusing on the negative really can't be a good thing.
Yeah.
So really, I want to kind of challenge that, and basically somebody has call it that. Basically, I'm going to be the cinema wins of RWBY. But
we
I'm
really
not.
cinema wins.
We do. I'm not just gonna make every single video a love letter about everything I love about the show. I'm still gonna put in my own criticisms and thoughts, but I feel like highlighting all the good the show is doing to kind of combat all the negative is definitely something I want to do.
Yeah, I totally agree. And like after I think I did this starting with volume 5, but like I wanted to do like a video where I say here's where I think this volume could have done better, and then like one video that's like, hey, I think this volume did really great with this, and I would like to see more of that in future volumes. And I'm almost done editing the first part, which is like things I think could have done better, but I'm never like bashing the show. It's just like, hey, I think like the delivery on this part could have been done differently, and I think this could have been more impactful this way or that way. But volume 6, honestly, I had like very little to say.
Same.
Yeah. I'm like, and I have to say at the beginning of the video, I'm like, hey, like, don't mistake this video as me hating Cordovan. She just happens to be in a lot of the scenes that I think could have been done better. But honestly, like, volume 6 was prime RWBY. Yeah.
For example, a specific topic. I watched your VYTALCast you did with Fall of Meerkat, and it was, like you even put it in the title, it was a lot about representation, and I read the comments. It was basically just one guy saying that, why do people only ever care about LGBT representation, and what about disabled representation? And that is actually a video I want to do, because when it comes to animated shows, I cannot think of a show that does as much disabled representation as RWBY.
Yeah.
Like we have Neo, we have Maria, we have Yang, we have Mercury, we have Crow because alcoholism.
Yeah, alcoholism and addiction. Depression. Yeah.
And the way they've been handling all of this is honestly impressive to me.
Yeah.
Like, so many people keep joking, oh, when is Neo finally gonna talk? But it's like, she's mute. That's a thing. She doesn't talk.
That. Yeah, and I'm really glad that Volume 6 kind of like put that nail in the coffin.
Yeah.
Because Cinder was like, so what do you think? And Neo just goes, can't talk, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, thank goodness they're not gonna like.
I was really glad they can basically confirm that. One thing related to Neo is actually, I feel like if this were easier to animate, they probably would have her communicating
with sign language.
With sign language, but I feel like that's really, really hard to animate, probably.
I would imagine so as well. Though I do think with it being 3D animation, it might be easier rather than like 2D. I don't know what the limitations of mocap are.
Yeah.
But maybe one day with like technology getting very good and cheap enough for Rooster Teeth to use, maybe one day. But I think what they've been doing in RWBY Chibi has been great with her having the signs.
Yeah, that was adorable.
Yeah.
But like, she can't always carry signs around with her in the actual show, obviously.
Yeah. Or have you seen Do Ra Ra Ra?
I have not. I know it, but I haven't.
Okay, so there's this character named Celty in it, and she is mute in it as well. Well, she doesn't have a head, so that's why she's mute.
Person with the cat helmet?
Yeah. Yeah, okay. So how she talks is she just, like, pulls out her phone, and you just see her quickly type, and then she pulls out her phone like that. And, like, she does have a voice actor, but that's just
for, the millennial approach.
Her inside... Yeah, the millennial approach. So I can imagine, like, Neo doing something like that, but I think she's very...
She does have a voice actress. That's why people kept saying, oh, Neo's gonna talk eventually. But, like, you do need a voice actor to do all the gasping and battle sounds and whatnot.
Yeah, for sure. And I think she, like, I think she expresses herself very well with body language and facial expressions. Like, I think that's one of the reasons why people love Neo so much, is because she's so expressive.
Yeah, I'm still mad I got spoiled about her return.
I'm so sorry. I had either that or something else spoiled for Volume 6. I forget what it was.
It
But
really was only this for me. I'm actually really glad it was just that because I had a situation for Volume 5
was it
constantly getting
Weiss?
spoiled.
Was it the Weiss situation?
For Volume 5?
Yeah.
No, actually, that's surprisingly not. I was.
Oh, because I had that
That
spoiled
completely
for
took me
me.
off guard. Oh,
Yeah,
really?
no, but I didn't like. So I had. It was ironically Cal. Cal, like the very day that chapter came out, made a video with
The
Weiss,
thumbnail?
with her in the thumbnail
Mm,
impaled, and I'm like, what the heck? I thought my sub box, if anything, would be a safe place.
yeah.
And I talked to her about it. She's like, well, it's not my responsibility to not spoil you. I'm like, but the thumbnail, that's like the cover of the book, like,
I generally try to avoid YouTube and also Twitter and
yeah,
Tumblr right after new episodes come out until
yeah.
I've seen it
I mean,
because everywhere.
I was out of town for like a whole week. So to just be
Mm,
completely off the internet for a whole week was a little impossible for me because I'm like, I need to watch
yeah.
something. And so yeah, I for like a good week thought that Weiss died in volume 5. I was like,
Mm,
and so I'm like, when I start the reaction video, I'm like, I kind of got spoiled a little bit. And I'm not too
mm.
happy, and I'm just watching the video, just like, when does it happen?
I
When
mean, my
does it?
reaction when it happened was basically immediate denial.
Oh,
Like,
that.
I didn't even process it. I just know that she didn't just die. She's fine. She's
she,
gonna be fine.
she's fine, just like Pyrrha. She's fine. Pyrrha's fine.
Yeah.
She's just
It's
on
just then
vacation.
it was just they're not gonna fucking kill Weiss here. Oh, am I allowed to swear on the stream?
Yeah, you're allowed to swear. Like, you're fine.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, people always worry about that. They're like, am I allowed to swear? I'm like, yeah, you're allowed. Yes. But,
I tried to dial it down in my videos, but my reactions aren't monetized anyway, so at least not by me.
yeah, like Rooster Teeth, go ahead, make all the money you can off of my reaction
Yeah.
videos. I'll have my discussion videos be monetized for myself, but
Yeah.
reactions,
I'll have to avoid swearing during those.
yeah. Uh, let's see. AC Gears and Arm was saying Weiss didn't die, but she was dying without help. I mean, in my head, when you see a picture of someone impaled, you think they're gonna die, because most
Yeah.
people would die. Brandon Dodge is saying Pyrrha's in the Shadow Realm, which
Aww.
which I don't know if you know, but like the Shadow
every
Realm.
time I do know Yu-Gi-Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Every time I hear that, I immediately have to think of that Jimmy Neutron meme somebody did of his dad. That's like, looks like you're going to the Shadow Realm, Jimbo.
Oh yeah. He has the dual disc, and he's like, afraid you're going to the Shadow Realm, Jimbo. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen that meme. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Uh, so like, Thal is saying, I need to ask you about inkigayo.
Oh, fucking hell, Talia. Shout out to you, Talia, because you've been asking for it. Okay.
Yeah, I had to ask my friend, is that BTS related? And they said not that they know of.
Not directly. It is a K-pop thing. Basically, Inkigayo is a sandwich. It's called the Inkigayo sandwich.
Okay.
Basically, it's this huge thing because it's a fact that it's really difficult for idols to date because some fans are really possessive and make a lot of drama about it and scandals.
Yeah, I know
So,
in Japan, like, one J-pop idol that was in a big group got kicked out because it was
yeah,
discovered she had a boyfriend.
it's
Yeah.
not as extreme in Korea, but it
Mm-hmm.
is pretty strict still. It depends on the company. But basically, what they do, somebody revealed that backstage at these music shows, they have catering and they get these sandwiches that are wrapped in plastic. And what they do is they put their phone number inside them, and the person they're trying to woo, they hand them the sandwich.
Oh my
And
gosh.
that's
So that's like how they
basically
slide
that's
them their
basically
number?
idol Tinder.
Oh my
And
gosh.
the thing is, why she keeps bugging me about this is because we find out that this sandwich has really crazy ingredients. It has like 3 layers. The first layer is like egg salad and crab sticks. The second layer is strawberry jam. And the third is potato salad and
None of
cabbage.
this sounds like it should mix.
This is all
This-
one sandwich.
None
And
of
so
this
we
should
kept
be put in the
thinking,
same sandwich.
Yeah, and so we kept thinking maybe they really only use it to get laid. Maybe that's the only reason they use that sandwich. But we've seen videos and pictures of them eating it and apparently enjoying it. So somehow it has to be good.
Yeah.
So she wants me to make a video about that and tell her if this is actually
a really terrible BTS joke that could come out of that. One of the BTS members slides like a K-pop member like a sandwich, and in it the note says, "Please date me. I'm tired of loving myself." Sorry. It's just when you said like it's just their way of getting laid. That's immediately what my head came up with. I'm like, dang it, why?
That was a good one.
Yeah. Well, now I know if I ever go to a Blackpink concert, I just need to give one of them that sandwich, and that means I could date them. I don't know. That is...
Oh, you'll be carried out by security.
Yeah, and they'll just throw my phone number back in my face, probably. Yeah.
But yeah, that's basically what that's about, and she keeps telling me, because I promised, alright, I'm gonna make that damn sandwich and tell you about it.
If it tastes well or not.
Yeah, I mean, apparently it has to if so many people eat it.
Yeah, I wonder if they're just paid to, like, pretend they like it. Like, it's a secret sponsor or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's... Man, that is such a weird thing to learn about. Could you imagine seeing that happen in, like, RWBY Chibi, though? Like, Yang making Blake that sandwich. And, like,
Yang has to make Blake an inkigayo sandwich and hand her phone number.
Yeah, but, like, Blake instead, like, eats it, and Yang freaks out. She's like, no, the letter inside the sandwich!
Yeah.
She's like, well, if there wasn't so many layers, I could have found it, or at least tasted it, but... Thal is saying, David, I don't know you, but don't love color.
Oh my god. Ignore her.
Okay.
She doesn't like Blackpink.
What?
Don't bring K-pop drama into this live stream, Talia.
She doesn't like Blackpink?
I mean, I'm not really a fan of them either, but we're not doing K-pop drama in this live stream.
Okay. I mean, I just like Bumbleby and now the new song, Kill This Love. But I could imagine them being divas, so I could understand that.
I don't know too much about them as people, so...
Okay. Yeah,
Can't really be the judge of that.
Yeah, AC Hears in Arms is asking, did you guys notice chocolate seems to be symbolic food in anime?
Can I hear that again?
What?
I didn't quite catch that.
Oh,
what was that?
He said, did you guys notice that chocolate seems to be a symbolic food in anime?
Oh, chocolate.
Yeah, it's like the food of love in anime.
I mean, for Valentine's Day and everything?
Yeah, for Valentine's Day, I would say it's probably because of Valentine's Day. Because in Valentine's, the girl makes chocolate and gives it to a guy she likes. And then I think it's like a week after they have white chocolate day, where the guy makes chocolate.
I think it's just White Day. I think it's not related to white chocolate. I think it's just called White Day.
Oh, and it's just when the guy does it back. Or whoever does it back.
Yeah. It's a bit complicated.
Yeah, but I would imagine that's why it's that. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
It's fine. I didn't have anything else to say.
Okay.
But that's everything I can think of. When else do they mention chocolate?
I honestly don't think there's any other time chocolate gets brought up a whole lot in anime. But, wait, AC Gears in Arms is saying not just Valentine's Day, I mean in a different context.
Like what?
Yeah, please tell us the context, because the only time I could think about chocolate in anime is when they're, like, professing love. So, and, you know, with the love in the connotation with Valentine's Day, a lot of people think that's why. It is... AC Gears in Arms, you're gonna have to give us the answer, please, because I'm dumb. Yeah. Maria says, Valentine's Day on anime makes me cringe. You know, Valentine's Day in general is cringe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, it could be very cute and adorable, but if you're not doing any of the Valentine's Day stuff yourself, You're just like
If you're
third wheeling the world, and it's cringe.
Yeah, if you're single, it doesn't really have a purpose for you.
Yeah.
And I don't really like. I mean, some people call it Galentine's Day, and we had one of those where we basically just watched The Notebook and made fun of it the whole time, which was pretty funny. But I don't get people bitter about the whole thing. Like, you're just single; it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth being bitter about. Like,
Yeah,
as you said, like there's Galentine's Day, or like just going with friends and like enjoying platonic love, because that's still love. Yeah. AC Gears and Arms is saying friendship or trust, happiness too sometimes. Sharing chocolate has meaning. Okay.
Okay.
So it's like a bond type thing, because friendship and trust, I imagine, has to do a lot with bond. Huh. Well, on VYTALCast, we're learning about chocolate today, apparently. All right, so is there any last things you want to talk about before we end the stream?
Do we think of anything else?
I mean, we talked about the sandwich, and that was like one of the main things on the checklist, actually.
We wanted to talk about Bumbleby in Volume 7, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
That is something we wanted to bring up, I think.
Do you have any predictions on that? Or
that's also a video I'm planning on doing, so I'm definitely going to go more into detail in that one. Okay. But basically, I really like that they didn't right off the bat say, oh yeah, they're dating now, because they're not. They're just at a point right now where they both kind of realize they do have mutual feelings for each other, and they made that pretty clear.
Yeah.
But they're still kind of... They don't really have time right now to fully concentrate on that, because they're going to Atlas and they're going to have other stuff to worry about real soon.
Yeah, and there's nowhere really private to talk about on that jet.
Exactly, yeah. So I feel like it'll be a while until they can actually get together again privately and have the whole, so what are we talk.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a scary talk.
And the way I am hoping it's going to go, just because I'm being entirely self-indulgent here, I really hope every time they're about to have that talk, they get interrupted in the most cliche way.
Oh, no. You just want angst, huh?
Yeah, of course.
Oh my gosh.
But I also just want them to be awkward and blushy around each other. Okay. So all the other people around them are just, oh my god, can you guys just please talk to each other?
Yeah. Like Ruby and Weiss in the background peeking through the window, and like someone walks in and they both scream and they're like, what was that outside the window? What?
Just everybody, including them, is gonna be frustrated.
Oh man, that would be pretty great to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always thought, like, as a joke, I don't think this should actually go into the show, but I could totally see as like a dumb like comedy moment if they're like walking through Atlas, or maybe they're at an event and they're holding hands, and like some Atlas people are like, oh, you shouldn't have like a Faunus relationship, or like inner Faunus relationship. And Yang, just to like kind of stick it to the man and give them a middle finger, is like, oh yeah, well, how do you like this? And she just kisses Blake right then and there. And that's like how the first kiss is done. It's not like a big dramatic moment. It's just played off for a joke. But some people on Twitter did not like that idea. If people loved it, and then some people were like, no, that's dumb. It should be more dramatic.
It would be funny, but not as their first kiss.
Yeah.
I feel like... Because we only have had one kiss, actually, on RWBY, and that was Jean and Pyrrha, and then Pyrrha died. Not even Ren and Nora. We haven't even seen them kiss on screen yet.
So, I don't know if you heard, but like after Volume 4, Gray said that Renora wasn't canon.
Huh?
Yeah, right? That's the reaction everyone had. Like, what do you mean they're not canon? But I think they backtracked on that statement. But...
I mean, they've been making that pretty clear.
Yeah, right? Because, like, it actually came up at RTX last year. Not during, like, a RWBY panel, but during the VYTALCast panel. But apparently on Twitter, at some point, Gray had said, like, oh, no, they're just friends. Even though, you know how Volume 4 ends, they're, like, holding hands and, like, cuddling on the plane. So it's like...
And they directly paralleled that scene with Blake and Yang, so I really don't get how people are still gonna say those are entirely platonic, even though they really exactly paralleled that scene of them holding hands and looking at each other lovingly. It's the exact same scene.
Yeah.
They obviously did that for a reason.
Yeah, for sure. Like, and also, like, one of the reasons why they do, like, hand holding and stuff is so it's not as in your face with shipping as, like, full out kiss would be, which is ironic because a lot of people said, oh, Bumblebee's all in your face, but Renora wasn't.
Yeah.
Even though they didn't go as far as they could have gone to make it like a canon ship. Yeah. People. But, you know, maybe that could be something discussed in your RWBY critic or hate-dom video.
For sure.
Yeah. So, anyway, I want to thank you for being on today, and I'm so sorry we had, like, a half hour of, like, technical
It worked out in the end.
Yeah, some way or another. But anyway, I gotta go, and I know you probably want to sleep, so
it's 2:30. Yeah.
I am so sorry that
it's fine.
Okay, well,
I've been up later than that.
Oh yeah, just not on a podcast, which could take some energy out of you. All right, guys, I want to thank you everyone for watching, and go subscribe to ToTally if you haven't yet, or
follow me on Twitter.
Yeah, or follow
Stan BTS.
Yeah. Gotta listen to the new album in 6 days.
Right? I'm excited.
Yeah. You and I we'll talk BTS off stream. But
we will.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you, and as always, I will boop you next time.
Bye.